Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia here, and welcome back to the Overwatch Contenders Roundup. So, we've had week 3. Yes, week 3 already. It's going quite quickly, I think. But next week is obviously week 4. We'll go over the fixtures later on in the video. But let's start off with EU results, shall we? And the first one is a bit of a surprise. I'm not going to lie. British Hurricane have been looking very, very good. Very, very good. They are top of the leader. Well, I think they actually were second on map differential to Giganti at the start of this week. It's time for that to change, boys. British Hurricane lose 4-0 to August and Hungary, which, in my opinion, is quite a massive shock. Because, you know, I think Giganti beat August and Hungary earlier in the season. And this is just surprising. I can't say it. Yeah. August and Hungary lose 3-1 to Giganti earlier in the season. This was a pretty big surprise in my opinion. And yeah, it's kind of brought Hurricane back down to earth, if you see what I mean. They need to work on some stuff, and they've said that, and they're going to work on some stuff, and we'll see what happens next week. After that, we had Singularity taking on that disband. I expected this to be quite close. It wasn't. It was a 4-0 for Singularity. Not good for that to disband, because that routes you to the bottom of the league, basically. What can you say about that? Then we have Giganti. Now, this was Giganti's, opportunity is the word, to open up a lead over Hurricane. Because I would put Hurricane and Giganti at the top of this league right now. Well, that's kind of changed, because Giganti lose 4-0 to Angry Titans. Okay. Okay. That's... That's a weird one. That's a weird one. There were some weird results this week. And it's nice, because it keeps it nice and open, right? It keeps it fresh, and it keeps it competitive, instead of, like, two teams dominating like we expected Giganti and Hurricane to do. Moving on to the B group, we have Eagle Gaming taking on the Young and Beautiful, and that is Eagle Gaming getting a 3-2. And I believe they are the only team with a perfect record now. Bazooka Puppies taking on the Copenhagen Flames, that is a 3-1 to Copenhagen. And Mosaic Esports taking on CIS Hope, no surprises here that CIS Hope 3-1. This is interesting because Group A has suddenly got very, very close. Even for someone like that to disband. Because you have August and Hungary on top, in terms of map differential on a +4 with a 2-1 record. Then you have Giganti second with a 2-1 record +2 differential. And you have Hurricane third with a 0 differential and a 2-1 record. And then the next three have a 1-2 record, where Angry Titans are fourth with a +4 differential, Singularity fifth with a -2 differential, and Disband a -8 differential, and bottom of the league. Currently, Singularity and Nuts to Disband are out of the playoff qualifying places. In Group B, you have Eagle Gaming on top with a 3-0 record, that perfect record that they are the only ones holding that in Europe at the moment. CIS Hope with a 2-1 record, along with the Copenhagen Flames. The CIS Hope have a +5 differential, whereas Copenhagen Flames have a +4. Young and Beautiful with a -2 differential on a 1-2 record. Bazooka Puppies on a -6 with the same record in 5th. And Mosaic Esports, the only team not to have won a game, 0-3 with a -4 differential. And I've whizzed through our EU there. Should we do the fixtures? Yes, let's do the fixtures. Sunday, April the 1st, we have at 3 PM, Mosaic Esports taking on the Copenhagen Flames. I think we've got to expect a Copenhagen win. At 5 o'clock, CIS Hope taking on Young and Beautiful. This could be close, but I expect CIS Hope to win it. And then at 7 o'clock, you have Eagle Gaming taking on the Bazooka Puppies. Eagle Gaming, although it could be quite close. On April the 2nd, at 5 PM, you have Singularity taking on Angry Titans. Considering what the Angry Titans have done this week, it could go either way. It could go either way. Then at 7 o'clock, you have August and Hungary taking on that to Disband. Again, I think I'll back August and Hungary for this one. And then at 9, you have the big match. You have Giganti taking on British Hurricane. And I think the people who win this game will win the group. I'm going to put that out there, right? I could be wrong because August and Hungary could win it. But I think the winner of that match is either your first or second, depending on what August and Hungary do. Moving on to NA. NA saw the week start off with Envision taking on the bye week. Poor old bye week. 3-0 to Envision. NRG Esports taking on the Optic Academy. This was really close. Really close. But Optic Academy edge it out 2-1. Simplicity taking on Fusion University. Again, pretty close, but the Fusion University beat Simplicity 3-2. On the Thursday, in the next group, we have the Last Night's Leftovers taking on the Mayhem Academy. This is 3-1 to Mayhem. Toronto Esports, which, of course, is the Boston Academy, taking on the Gladiators Legion. No surprises there. I'm not gonna say who that is because I'm sure you know. 3-1 to Toronto. And then this was a bit of a surprise to me. Grizzlies taking on the XL2 Academy, which is the NYXL's Academy. 2-1 to Grizzlies. That's a bad loss for the XL2. Bad loss. So, the league now looks like this. Group A is very similar to Group A of Europe. Group A, you have 3 teams on a 2-1 record. Toronto top, Gladiators second, Mayhem third. +6, +2, and 0 map differential, respectively. Grizzlies in 4th now, with a -1 differential, on a 1 and 2 record, along with XL2 in 5th, and Last Night's Leftovers in 6th, all with a 1 and 2 record, but with a -3 and a -4 differential, respectively. Then, again, very similar to Europe, Group B, Fusion University on top with a perfect 3-0 record. Although they don't actually have a plus differential, they only have 0. Very surprising. Envision Esports with a 2-1 record and a +6 differential. Optic Academy third, 2-1 record, +5 differential. And then the next 2 teams on a 1 and 2 record, Simplicity and then NRG with a +2 and a -1 differential respectively. And then bye week, still bottom, still with no wins, still with no maps on the board, with a -12 differential. I think we can safely say that I think bye week, rip bye week right now, I think. I don't think they're getting through. It would be one hell of a turnaround. It really would be. And then the fixtures for week 4 in the NA region. We have Sunday the April the 1st, this is GMT times mind you. At 10 PM we have Toronto taking on Grizzlies. I would expect a Toronto win here, it could be close though. Monday we have at midnight the Mayhem Academy taking on XL2. I would expect Mayhem to win this because XL2 are looking a bit iffy right now. And at 2 AM you have the Last Night's Leftovers taking on the Gladiators Legion. I would expect a Gladiators Legion win for this one. Into the next group, Wednesday the 4th of April at midnight, we have the NRG Esports taking on Simplicity. Going to be very, very close. Very, very close. It's hard to pick a winner for that one. I'm going to back NRG. I'm going to back NRG, but that's a very hard one to call. Bye week taking on Fusion. At 2 AM, well, it's going to be Fusion, right? Unless something crazy like what happened in EU happens. I don't see it happening, but there we go. And then Envision taking on the Optic Academy at 4 AM. I think we expect perhaps... I mean, again, this is really, really close, but I'm going to back Envision just. It's very, very close, though. But we are now getting to the business end of things. We are halfway through the regular season of Contenders. And it's looking very close. Especially in the Group A's for NA and EU. It's looking very, very close. But remember, the top 4 qualify through to the playoffs, so I wouldn't be worried if I was someone like British Hurricane or Giganti with those 4-0 losses. I think you're going to get through. I'd be very surprised if you didn't. I think it'd be a pretty big upset if you didn't, to be quite honest. In terms of NRG Esports, I wouldn't be worried right now. You are in that 5th place. Outside of the playoff places, but I think you can do it as long as you get crucial wins And if you win against Simplicity, that is a massive, massive win if you win that. XL2, again, same for you. You need to get some wins on the board. And with XL2 taking on Mayhem this week, that would be a very good win if you can pick that up, because that brings Mayhem to a 2-2 record, plus it brings XL2 to a 2-2 record. If you 4-0 that, you go above Mayhem, you're in the playoffs. So, you know, anything can still happen. But, for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then!